Hey, hello everyone, welcome to today's video. It is the 8th of September, about 4:30 here, so the market's closed. I'm just trying to do a quick recap of what happened today. I've done, a little bit more detailed video on Saturday, I think it was, and I went over the counts and everything, so I'm not going to go over that again, but still, I have a pretty decent bullish tilt in here because the market continues to remain fairly strong and in an uptrend. So we're looking at the Nasdaq Composite that had a pretty positive day here with about almost a 50 basis points rally. So really, there's not a lot wrong. I think this idea of a head and shoulder in here kind of got dismissed the moment or destroyed the moment we had a failed move here at the lows and a quick recovery, and now we're threatening to break higher. So it's probably just a simple nice continuation pattern. If anything, it could be that triangle I was talking about, and that usually resumes higher. So we'll take a look and I'm sorry, we'll keep an eye on it and see if it fails, but that's the idea there. And then you're looking at the S&P 500 again, just kind of slowly grinding and slowly building what it feels to be an attempt to new all-time highs and the development of maybe even a more powerful move. Now we will be watching the lows back here at about 63.70 here in the S&P, and if they're starting to fall apart, I think then we definitely start to get back into a way more cautious stand in there. But until those levels hold, I think the right approach is to look for further upside, as there is no evidence yet for lower. I continue to remain long in the small caps, and they've been doing pretty well. They've been underperforming today, so we're only up 22 basis points, but the trend remains higher. And it's pretty well established now, so I would not want to fight that. The way this looks. So I'm sort of happy about that. The way this continues to go, we'll see how much further we have. I talked a little bit on Saturday about also the positioning, that we have in terms of where this kind of commercial, non-commercials accounts are situated, what the bears versus the bull sentiment is, and all of those still point that it could be a further go. Very nice tight consolidation here in the Dow Jones, the equal weighted RSP. It's also seems to be participating, and it's not heading into the wrong direction. If anything, it's just kind of staying and kind of confirming what's going on in the larger market. So this is again fine in here, equal weight in terms of the top 100 tech stocks. So in the Qs, this is fine as well. I mean, it had a small correction here. This could be just a simple A, B, and C, or a W, X, Y, what have you. And I think the moment we get back above this level, the further longs could be probably initiated there, and you definitely want to hold this line. So for right now, maybe I would wait a bit more here, but this looks good as well. Look again, SOX. The one that kind of looked like it wants to roll over, it held really well the support back here into these levels, and it's threatening to move higher again. So I would not blame it if it does. I mean, it looks pretty decent in here, as a nice, like I said, maybe a big triangle in here. It seems that this is, I mean, when you have a sharp move lower and then you have one kind of going sideways, the expectation is for a push, and again, guideline of alternation into the Elliott principle there. So all right, Bitcoin, it started to move a little bit today, a bit more aggressive, and then it kind of stopped. So, but again, it's not doing anything wrong. And what I talked about on Twitter really quickly, if you see that post, was that we failed to continue to make new lows. So, you were kind of going lower and lower, and all of a sudden, for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in here, we failed to continue, like especially with this candle that closed towards the lows, to kind of do something like that, and then we've turned and went up higher. So to me, that's a little bit of a change in the character of the market. We also kind of destroyed this little bit of a channel, this little bit of a trend line, So the fact that we stopped going down, that's the first positive sign. And then, now we want to take over some of these upside levels and get back above these moving averages, and that would be, a good signal to start initiating longs with further strength and further confirmation above these levels. So it's acting well. We're not out of the woods fully yet in Bitcoin, but I do like the fact that we've stopped, at least for now, to move lower. So that's kind of what I'm reading into that. So I'm just kind of seeing a little bit more confidence, a little bit of a change in character, a little bit of a different feel from Bitcoin right now. Ethereum, on the other side, it continues to kind of close lower, so that is a bit of a negative after this kind of final push higher into 4880, and it's just struggling here at the lows. I yeah, I still think the trend is intact. I mean, the 50 moving average is still pushing straight up, so I'll respect that, but don't think I want to do anything in Ethereum right at the moment. If I have no positions, there's not much to do here. Just to kind of wait and let it breathe a little bit until you're maybe getting back about 4,600 for right now. 10-year continues to go lower, so these are the yields, right, for the 10 years, and is continuing to build this anticipation for the rate cut later on this month. The dollar index, continuous weakness. I talked about that on the weekly time frame on Saturday, how it has a lot of push higher and they will get rejected. So here we are today, kind of coming in close towards the lows. We'll see if we're going to get an acceleration lower, but that's how it seems that's what it seems that he wants to do. In gold, after the big break of a triangle, it just continues to ramp higher, making a new all-time high, sitting right now. These are the futures at about 36.77. Market is closed. It's going to open in about 30 minutes in Asia, but it is, it is strong, and you can see the moment you move to the RSI into 76, people say it's overbought, but it's actually not. It's just strong, and that's what that means. And the more it stays up there, the better it is for the trend. And then silver also making a new all-time high here, 42.35, closing at the highs. It's doing fine. I would continue to be a buyer on dips here as long as these moving averages follow along. And then oil, just not doing much. And then the VIX, 16. So that's about it. I just want to give you my thoughts on the market. Everything stays kind of on course. I know we're in September. There's a lot of expectation for weakness and for corrections and things like that. So far, the market continues to hang tight towards the highs and respects the uptrend. There's a little backing I'm feeling every day, but nothing changing the character of what's going on so far. So I'll continue to stay patient and just stay long and just let it do its thing. All right, so thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.